And good evening, my lovely lost tales, and welcome back to the Brule Rose Respite for my whimsical or wicked Wednesday stream. I forget what I call it sometimes. How's it going, my lovelies? I hope you're all doing well. We are returning to Vampire Therapist Couples Therapy Edition, and I'm both terrified and very excited to see what lies ahead for us. But because we are returning to one of the best goth clubs ever, it felt appropriate to don the black lipstick, my wonderful black lipstick that I love wearing very much. Thank you. How's it going, my lovelies? Good to see you all again. Hello, Sophiax, Samuel, Scaracomi, Weaver, Smoon. How's it going, everyone? I'm doing good. I've just been drawing today. Awesome. Can't wait to see it, Sophiac. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. Alex, how's it going? Welcome back. Good to see you. Had a rough day today, but I'm fine because I can watch stream to cheer me up. Oh, you're most welcome here, Scaracomi. I'm so sorry to hear you had a rough day, but thank you so much for being here. We're here to just enjoy the good vibes and the sexy, sexy vampires, because there can never be enough sexy, sexy vampires. But I hope you're all doing well, my lovelies. I've been good today. I've been very busy. Mostly busy in that I've been working on my latest ASMR tale, which has so much sound editing in it for like adding cool special effects and stuff like that, sound effects and stuff like that, because it's a really important scene. It's chapter 9. It's pretty much the same pattern that I've been doing for the past couple of months. It's Chapter 9 of the Fall of Umbra Morn, and a lot of shit's going down. So I really wanted to pull out all the stops, put an extra amount of effort to make the soundscaping just chef's kiss, really, really good. And really just pour my passion into it, because I feel in the excitement that I've been so swept up in terms of writing my book, then I'm not necessarily neglected, but that same spark of passion hasn't been there for some of my ASMR videos. So I was like really diligent today. I was like, no, I'm really going to lock in. I'm really going to make this chapter really good. Add that extra like sprinkle of special effects. And I hope you're all very excited to see what happens next. Hey, I got a little question. What's the best way to contact you for VA projects? Alex, if you're interested in working with me as a voice actor, my business email is, I believe, in my About section on my Twitch page, but then also you can go on my website, stephanietobin.com, and that has a contact form, so you can either contact me via the form, or you can contact me directly via my business email, which is also on there. But yes, either way, whatever works for you. We're getting Stephanie's sound editing skills. Indeed you are. Indeed you are. And hey, Max, how's it going? Welcome back. Wait, what are we talking about? Which chapter? We're talking about chapter 9 of The Fall of Umbra Morn, which is coming out this Saturday. It's not out yet. It's coming out this Saturday. I just needed to do a final listen to make sure that all the timing is right and all the sound balancing is right, and then we should be good to go. But I'm very excited also because I get to start on draft 2 of my manuscript on Sunday, because then would have officially been sitting there for a month, and I have so many things to fix. So many things to fix. I think I was saying the other day that I was working on the world building. I think I was saying it on the Discord. I was working on the world building for this book series, or what I hope to be a book series. At the moment, it is a standalone novel debut, but I hope to write more within the same universe. So even though I can't work on the manuscript, I've been working on the world building and the lore and stuff like that to try and just lock those key features down, because I've essentially got like a master document which has all the ins and outs of how the vampires in my world work and the lore and stuff surrounding them, so that then hopefully when I write subsequent novels set within the same universe, I don't fuck up the continuity of like, this kind of vampire can do this kind of vampire can do that, and not screw myself over and be like, wait, is that like official canon, or did I just make that up because it's cool and does that contradict things? Anyway, being a writer is fun. It's very stressful, but it's fun. Hey, Zoe Red Fox, how's it going? Welcome back. Have you watched Sinners yet? Yes, I have. I have watched Sinners, and it's very, very good. I really liked it. Oh, I thank you, Berserk Boy. I appreciate it. I'm also quite the fan of the black lipstick as well. Oh, but I tell you what, it is still so hot in the UK. Like, the days are starting to get shorter, thankfully, but it still feels just way too hot for my liking here in the UK. Can they just cool down by like 10 degrees? Then that would be perfect. I want it to be spooky season already, goddammit. Alrighty, so are you guys ready for Vampire Therapist? Couples therapy. Also, full clarity, this was a DLC that was kindly gifted to me by my friend Pandastic ASMR, so big thank you to Panda for this really kind gift. It really means a lot to me. Currently watching gators and drinking margaritas in Florida. Can I have one, Berserk Boy? Oh god, a margarita would go really, really well right now. Then again, I spent like 3 days back-to-back drinking when I was at Develop Expo, so I'm kind of easing off the alcohol a little bit, so maybe like a virgin margarita or something like that for me. Okay, so let us jump into Vampire Therapist. Hopefully we get to see more of the gorgeous, as always, Andromachos. Couples therapy. I'm also quite scared. I'm bracing myself for just the bisexual panic as well.
Good evening, Samuel. I know you are busy packing to go back home to the United States, but I thought you would enjoy one more therapy opportunity before you leave.
Do tell.
Oh, sure thing, boss. I'm finding this therapy stuff real fulfilling, and I think I'm pretty good at it.
Damn right.
No need to disqualify the positive.
Damn right, Sam. You're doing great at it.
You have faced the embodiment of lust, a furious mother, a fallen angel, a vampire from the ancient world, and even a child actor. I would say your pride is well earned.
Well, thank you kindly, Andy. So what do we got tonight? A fascist dictator? A forgotten goddess? The head of the Illuminati?
All of that sounds like fun. Game audio is a bit low. Let me just check that. I like making creepy grudge noises. Creepy clicker noises. When I'm just doing my thing. Hang on. Is that a bit better?
Nothing so grand, but infinitely more complex. Tonight, you will tend to a couple.
Okay, that's good. Good to go. Cool.
When one does not die, relationship problems tend to fester terribly. Most vampire breakups end with a stake in the heart, but perhaps you can prevent this.
I will try.
Here, take a look at their intake form.
Okay, client record A. Momoro and Hushmandaze, I think that's correct. Age 268 and 71. Okay, so quite an age difference in terms of immortality. Male and male, revolutionary France and Iran. Interesting. This pair of vampires requested therapeutic help in resolving domestic disputes. Curiously, they both were killed after respective revolutions in their countries. They have expressed difficulties in communication, a common thread in vampires with large age gaps. This pair has 197 years between them. In his V-mail, Momoro expressed that his partner had difficulty with criticism and excessive defensiveness. Suggestion, keep contempt out of the room. Interesting. Oh, I got a question for Steph. Who's your favorite character in The Boys? Fuck. Okay, to be fair, I haven't watched it in a while. I have to say, like, I have considered cosplaying as Queen Maeve, so there's that. Also, bisexual queen. Love her. I love Queen Maeve. Starlight is fantastic as well. Love it when she fucks shit up. God, they're all great. Like, okay, also, I don't love him as a character. I don't love him as a person in any way, shape, or form, but the characterization of Homelander is fucking terrifying, and I can fully admire that as a writer and as an actor, how brilliant that character is. As it just, he steps into the room and everyone kind of shits themselves a little bit with fear. That is a powerful performance and a powerful character. So he's not my favorite character by any shape or form, but he's an incredible character to watch and just let the fear sink in. But we do have our first Pick My Voice of the evening from Sofiak. I'd like to hear Serafina. Oh, you're too kind. It has been so long since someone requested me. Let's see if we can mend what is broken, shall we?
Good looking pair, I'll give them that.
They are quite admirable, aren't they?
Physical attraction is a quick way to form an intense bond, but reality rears its head quite quickly.
Physicality isn't everything. It's the spirit that matters.
There's a pretty big age difference. Probably causes some problems too.
Sometimes. Crimson and I often do not understand each other's references, but we see them as opportunities to learn. The important thing is to remember that we are all individuals. With this in mind, what do you think is the most common distortion couples face?
A lack of communication. I do so much and receive so little in return. I believe mind reading would be a useful skill to have, but it's both intrusive and difficult assuming the thoughts of another.
It's gotta be mind reading. It's the most exciting and the most terrifying thing about being with another person. We can't ever know their minds for certain.
She's just a girl. She does nothing wrong. Exactly. Everything I did for love. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right, Samuel. Time spent together can make a couple believe that they can read each other's minds, but this is an illusion. You may pick some other distortions you think a couple is likely to exhibit.
Okay, let's see now. I think not seeing the best in each other could be a possibility. Blaming also sounds about right. Where's the option for making messes and always expecting me to clean them up? Although I think things should be reasonably fair. What is one more? Overgeneralization, perhaps?
I think I've got some good ones here.
Wish me luck.
I am
Strange
certain they will all
observers.
manifest themselves, my friend. Good luck tonight. I am eager to see how you work with these two.
We will endeavor
All
to
right,
do our
I think
best.
I'm ready. Here they come.
Why don't we move me to somewhere a little bit more comfortable so we can see the lovely visages of our new guests? That looks right. Let's continue.
Bonsoir.
Salam.
My, they both dress so well. They are indeed quite handsome, are they not?
Well, howdy. Nice to meet you two fellers. Glad I could squeeze you in.
Very kind of you to find time for us.
Yes, I want to fix everything. Come on, let's go. Let's get started. I'm ready to do the work.
My, such enthusiasm.
It's good to hear you're raring to go, partner, but let's think of this less as fixing and more about helping you folks understand yourselves better.
Come now, mon amour. You have all the time in the world. I swear, you forget you are dead sometimes.
I'm not dead.
Undead, mon chaton, I know. I'm so sorry, mon ami du Far West. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Antoine Francois Momoro, but call me Momo.
That is quite the mouthful. It is an impressive title, nonetheless.
And I am Reza Hushmanzadeh.
Well, howdy, Momo. Mighty fine meeting you, Mr.
All of these feel incorrect, but this seems closest.
Hushmanzadeh?
Yes, very close.
Well, I'm glad I got it. Sometimes people think I can't get these foreign things right on account of this hat of mine, but I do my best. So, what's bringing
And that
you
is
two to my
admirable,
window?
Sam.
I simply asked Reza for a little more living space. I asked him to move to the other side of my castle, and this made him quite upset.
You got a castle?
Impressive.
Do you not have a castle?
Do you not have a castle? That's sad. A castle is a wondrous place to live.
I know
and
we
clean.
vampires can get the castle mania,
and
but
keep many
I'm not sure why
secrets.
I need one myself.
So you could banish your boyfriend to the other side of it, of course.
There are many inside the castle that I would like to banish to the darkest corners, but I shall not get into that.
It's the other side of a castle. You can walk, can't you?
He wishes it were a bigger castle so I could be farther away.
Hold your horses there. I'm sensing some feelings here. I know once we get them emotions up, we're shooting cognitive distortions all over the place. Oh, sorry. I probably shouldn't come out of the gate and use terms like cognitive distortions.
That's all right. I know them already.
My, aren't you a
I
smart
know them
one?
too.
Well,
And you
shucks,
as
that
well.
just makes this a whole lot easier. Now, Rizzo, what'd you say about Momo wanting a bigger castle?
He wants a bigger castle so he can banish me further.
Mind reading? Is that an assumption, perhaps?
Rizzo, how do you know Momo here wants you even farther away? Did he tell you that?
Oh, it seems that we have come to the end of that Pick My Voice, but thank you so much for the kind invitation. It is an honor to grace your presence, but there is much cleaning left to do, and getting bloodstains out of stone is tiresome and tedious. Thank you so much for requesting the beautifully, sweetly, darkly angelic Seraphina. She's great, isn't she? I haven't had to tap into that voice in a while. Took me a hot second.
Yes, he told me by banishing me.
Well, why don't we let Momo here speak for himself and see if he thinks that?
I don't want you farther away, Reza. I just need more time to myself.
Momo's saying he wants space, not to banish you, Reza. You might have been reading his mind some.
I'm just angry. I get worked up when I know he doesn't respect me.
Do you know that he doesn't respect you? Or is that more blaming?
Reza is clearly led by his passions. Admirable, but such passion comes with cognitive distortions, doesn't it?
It's either mind reading or
Just
overgeneralization.
angry.
No.
Reza is clearly led by his...
I'm just angry. I get worked up when I know he doesn't respect me.
Do you know that for certain?
Partner Momo's the only one here who knows if he respects you or not. How do you know that, Reza?
Club soda or OxyClean for bloodstains? I don't know. For legal reasons. I don't know how to get bloodstains out of stone. I just burn the whole castle to the ground and start a new one.
You might be doing a little mind reading here, or you might be thinking you're always right without evidence.
Oh, well, I know that can't be. I'm never right about anything.
No, I'm sure you are, Reza.
So, why are you saying Momo doesn't respect you?
Also, these two are really hot.
He talks to me like I'm a child. All the time he tells me how innocent I am and how I'll cool down when I'm older.
Huh, age can be a touchy subject among us undead folks. How old are you, Reza?
I'm 71 years old. I'm not a bache.
But you are a baby, mon chaton. So am I. And you, cowboy? I'd say you are a bit younger than I am.
Oh, yep, born 1801.
So you see, we are all babies. Let us cry together.
These two voice actors are great, by the way.
You see what I have to deal with?
Momo, it seems as if Reza doesn't like being called a baby.
He should not be so sensitive. Being called a baby wouldn't bother me.
But it might bother some other people.
So, Momo, what triggered this desire for more space?
Nothing to do with Reza. I simply accept that the era of feudalism has ended. First of all, we must examine this notion that a couple must live together. Under the feudal system, of course, it makes sense. The family must tend to the land and hearth and ensure the lord gets his due. But couples live together out of necessity, way?
Also because you like each other, I assume. Even if, like, you sleep in different bedrooms, which is completely valid, by the way. Like, surely you would want to spend a good amount of time around each other, maybe?
It is no longer the 18th century. We are allowed the leisure and peace that the aristocracy has always enjoyed. And that includes peace from one another, n'est-ce pas?
That is also, like, completely fair. I think it's really important that everyone, if you're in a romantic relationship with someone, that you allow each other to have downtime separately, especially if you are also neurodivergent and you get burnt out quite easily from social interactions and social stimulation. Having like a cool down period after you come back from a social gathering where you just don't talk to each other for like an hour or two is really important and really, really healthy.
You think you deserve what the aristocracy has because you are an aristocrat now. You're not a common man.
I'm sensing there's some deeper conflict here.
Only the oldest conflict, mon ami. I am afraid my dear boy Reza has taken my words a little too seriously.
Also, I don't like how you talk down to him so much. That feels rude.
Égalité, fraternité. I wrote these words as a mortal, believing that we could wipe away the class system entirely, and that all humankind could respect one another.
We need to normalize vegging out together. Yes, it is something in particular called like parallel play, where say the two of you are on your phones at the same time, or someone's reading a book and another one's playing video games, but you're not necessarily interacting at the same time, which is very, very common among neurodivergent people, where you're just happy being in the proximity of another person and enjoying the same space as them, but not feeling that you have to engage in consistent social interaction, if that makes sense. It's really, really good and really healthy.
And then you gave up. The French Revolution accomplished nothing. I plan to accomplish something in my country.
Well, say, I ain't that educated a man myself, but I know a revolution ain't ever a minor business. Even if the French Revolution didn't achieve everything its people wanted, you can't say it did nothing at all.
Did quite a few things. Made lots of fun new inventions.
You might even be diminishing the sacrifices of the people who fought and died.
Clearly, Reza thinks that it is nothing that they cut off my fucking head.
Oh, damn. Okay, question. We're gonna get into vampire lore again. What are your guys' opinions on vampire regeneration, or like having limbs removed or heads cut off? Like for me, it depends on the type of vampire that you're writing about. If you want to go like full traditional, like decapitation is one of the best ways to kill a vampire, because they can't regenerate that, or like unless maybe you like put the head back onto like the stump where the neck was, then like it can heal and like refuse together. But I love me like Alucard from Hellsing, where it's just like, oh, you just cut his head off. Is that it? And Alucard just treats it like a fucking joke. I love that. I think in Anne Rice's novels, in the Vampire Chronicles, I think it's something similar where like if like the head or the limb can remain as is. I'm not sure if it can talk, but I think if you like brought the head close enough to where the stump was with the neck, like veiny tendrils, like nerves, kind of bridge the gap, and then like once they've like locked into place, then like the neck heals itself, and then you're back to normal again. Depends on how magical you're setting. That's a very good point, Berserk Boy. I could definitely see that. For me, it's more interesting if there's no regen or if the regen is super slow. I'm more in that it means final death camp on that. Mortal injuries should carry some heft. Low magic is good for decapitation. I like me my Alucard vamps, but I think it'd be kind of world-breaking. I like how Anne Rice did the regen is more like their body is stuck in time. That, honestly, all of those are completely valid. I think you have to walk a fine line if you want to have your vampires be able to like regenerate body parts, like Alucard from Hellsing, where he kind of does like this almost shadow regeneration, where it's not like in Hellraiser where it's like bones, blood, and muscle like has to regrow. But it's like he summons shadows, and then like those shadows become the missing limb in a way. Also, like every interpretation of vampire is completely valid, but I will say I do like don't take this out of context. I do love both the smooth porcelain vampires that are bulletproof and like bullets will just like ping off of them, or like their skin is so hard that it's impenetrable. But I also love squishy vampires where they could just like take a hail of bullets and then bounce back like badasses and be like, was that it? Like, fuck you. I feel like decapitation makes the most sense. It's very Highlander, kind of. I can see that, Weaver. Absolutely. Alucard was so world-breaking, he had to be removed from the plot for like 4 volumes so he didn't break the plot. You know what, Lord Azul? That is completely fair. They stuck him on a boat for 4 volumes. Just so he didn't break the plot. And it was literally Schrodinger's cat is what... Spoilers. Schrodinger's cat is what was his ultimate undoing. Like, the manga's been out since the 90s, okay? And the anime, like, for almost as long as that. So, yeah, it literally needed to outsmart him through logical fallacy in order to stop him. And even then, that wasn't enough. God, I love Alucard so much. I prefer when regeneration are kept as scarce. It makes the healing factor of creatures like trolls more impressive, sorry. I can absolutely see that. I think regeneration works well, and I'm trying not to like unintentionally give away anything in terms of the way I'm doing my vampires in the book that I'm writing, because that is all secret stuff, and you're going to have to wait until the book's out before you can find out about what my vampires are like. But I do love slower regeneration, unless it's something like, oh, they've been around so long, they're just that powerful that like they can regenerate like that. It's just like a mindless thing. But then if they're a younger vampire, then they have to physically concentrate on like healing themselves. That makes sense. Like the older a vampire is, the more powerful they are. Let's get back to couples therapy.
They killed me too. You don't see me giving up.
Because you haven't figured it out yet. The only way you will finish your revolution is if you kill every aristocrat, their children and their children's children.
I view vampire decapitation as more of a broken limb for a vampire. It takes them out of the fight plot for a good bit, but they can still come back. I agree. Also, I just find it funny when you can have like a severed head talking as a vampire. I don't know, there's just something that it's both like so morbid but so goofy at the same time. If like you can't just have the decapitated head of a vampire and it's just like chatting away, just really disgruntled and put off, just like, how dare you decapitate me? Fucking rude.
And it is not enough to kill all the aristocrats. You have to kill even the memory of aristocracy. And that you cannot do.
That's where you're wrong.
You're such a child.
Boo. Stop talking down to him.
And you are such a sellout.
I'm starting to wonder if you two are even dead. Your blood is so hot. I sure as shit hope there's something you appreciate about each other.
Of course there is. I adore Reza.
And I love Momo. I want things to be the way they used to be.
Well, Momo, why don't you start? Tell me what drew you to Reza.
Well, first of all, look at him. I'm too old to deny that physical attractiveness is part of his appeal.
Both of them are very hot.
His Persian disco music clothing tastes are unfortunate, but it is exciting to see a little displayed masculinity. But beyond that, he is so passionate. His blood is cold, but he's all fire inside. He reminds me of myself in my youth. He sees a new reality, and he wishes to bring it into existence through sheer force of will. He is inspiring.
Hell yes.
Well, that's beautiful, Momo. It's easy to fall for someone who fights for the impossible. What about you, Reza? What drew you to Momo?
I was obsessed with Momo before I even knew him. I read about Antoine Francois Momoreau back in university. Through his published works, he was my teacher. We could not have started our revolution without studying him. He knew how to unite the classes against their oppressors. That is genius.
I wonder then if these two are both historical figures. Like, they're from two different revolutions, but they're, like, historical figures in a way.
Well, I'm glad to hear all these positives. Reza, Momo said you were inspiring. Sounds to me like he does respect you.
Fine, maybe he does respect me. But it's clearly my fault he doesn't want me around.
Blaming?
Reza sees himself as the cause of Momo's behavior. Most curious, wouldn't you say?
Disqualifying the positive then?
Maybe he does respect me. But it's clearly my fault he doesn't want me around.
Reza sees himself as the cause of Momo's behavior.
Fine, maybe he does respect me. But it's clearly my fault he doesn't want me around.
Mind reading, perhaps?
Buckaroo,
There we
you
go.
are making this all about you. Now, if Momo wants some space, that's up to Momo. Momo's got his own needs, and they might not have much to do with you.
But we were fine before. Why am I not good enough for him now?
Hombre, you gotta hear me. It ain't always about you. You could be the sexiest vampire on this earth, and even then, you couldn't expect to be wanted all the time.
I beg to differ. Respectfully.
Mon chaton, you are being dramatic. Why are you afraid of a little space?
You won't be interested in me anymore.
Oh,
You just want me farther and farther away, and eventually you'll want me gone.
that's all a lot of assumptions. Is that mind reading?
Padre, you are jumping straight to the worst possible ending here. Has Momo suggested that he's done with you? There are always going to be question marks in a relationship. You don't know where this thing's going to go. But you're filling in the blanks with doom and gloom.
I will also say, touching back to our conversation earlier about the boys, Soldier Boy is also one of my favorite characters. Just putting it out there as well. Also, because I love Jensen Ackles. What do you want me to say?
What I do know is that Momo always used to be happy to be around me, and now he's not.
Reza, I love you. What is that phrase you taught me? Jigareto Bokaram?
Oh, what's that mean?
It means I want to eat his liver.
Nice.
Oh, shit, I thought the goths here were kinky.
There's nothing about a little bit of mutual cannibalism. There's nothing wrong with that, so long as everyone's consenting.
I don't want to literally eat his liver.
Oh.
It is, how you say, cute aggression? As in, I find him so irresistible, I wish to eat his liver. It's a lovely sentiment.
It is. Do you know Soldier Boy is getting a spin-off step? I heard a little bit of a rumor about that. I didn't know it was confirmed yet. I'm intrigued by that. I still need to finish Gen V, like the last season of Gen V. Because I tell you what, one of my favorite powers, like superpowers, is blood control. And I love how they've done it in Gen V and just made it so fucked up. It's so good.
But Reza, Petite Souris, you care so much. But you do not understand. I can care for you, but have my own concerns.
Exactly. Honestly, other than like the babying, Momo's like just kind of asking for space. But I guess maybe like Momo needs to like stop treating him like a little child despite the age difference between them, and Reza needs some reassurance like no, everything's fine, just want some healthier space between us.
I do not wish to be with you all the time, and you cannot force me to. Just as you cannot force your people to revolt. These are inevitabilities you must accept.
Blood control, so I'm guessing you're a Dead Man Wonderland fan? I haven't seen Dead Man Wonderland, sorry.
It is simplistic to think revolution is ever truly complete. Look at the word itself. Revolution. It is literally circular. France is now in its 5th republic. Authoritarianism rises, then the people get their turn. Authoritarianism rises once more, and the people rise again.
When did this game come out? Because this feels very topical.
You once believed in progress for all.
More likely an Avatar fan. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Ooh, Moon. Thank you so much for requesting the Pick My Voice. Can I request Whisper perchance? Well, absolutely. I'll be delighted to drop by. Night Angel and Little Star are off doing God knows what, God knows where. But now it's just you and me, chat. This is fun. Oh, this is fun. How have you been? I know Night Angel's been dropping by again and again, being mopey all the time. But this is fun. I haven't been in a chat room in a while.
Dear Reza thinks too highly of me. I coined this phrase in error. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. Liberty, equality, and brotherhood. Liberté and égalité can be achieved by the gun and the bayonet. But achieving fraternité, c'est impossible, because the upper classes cannot relate to those they hold dominion over. So the revolution, the cycle of war, shall never end.
I'm not sure that's true.
I think I want to challenge you there, Momo.
Huh? This should be good.
There is something exceptional about us vampires. We don't die.
I don't know if that sounds horrifying or intriguing. Are there immortal heroes out there? That's scary.
My mentor, Andy, he's older than feudalism. We wouldn't recognize people from his time, and I reckon folks 2,000 years from now won't recognize us. If Rez is patient, heck, maybe he'll see the kind of future he wants to see.
I was not expecting this argument. Yes, I concede. Perhaps in 2,000 years, or maybe 10,000, class will achieve some sort of irrelevancy on a new planet. But such a distant future is hardly worth thinking about.
The idea of humanity reaching other planets is an unnerving one.
I refuse to believe that we died for nothing. Momo can wait forever for things to get better, but that is disrespectful to our comrades.
Do you not like how Mopey Night Angel has been? I mean, it's been nice to see her inspired to make things right and make a nice home in the cabin with a little star. But I want to see her in her prime. That's all I'm going to say. It's not for me to dictate what she should and shouldn't be. She's her own woman. She can make her own decisions. But she's not the Night Angel that inspired me, you could say. What's my favorite kind of music? Ooh, I like some good indie rock. Yeah, I feel like indie rock's my vibe.
Do you know that in my country it is illegal to be gay? That we have a morality police that forces people to act and dress as they dictate? It is not fair for future generations to have freedom when this generation must suffer. I died to make a difference.
I get what you're saying, Reza. I really do. I grew up in a country where the folks in power hurt anyone they could in deep, dark ways.
Absolutely.
It took a long time for things to get anywhere near as good as they are in the United States, and we still got a long way to go. I know it ain't fair for folks to suffer, and it ain't fair for us to die and have that suffering continue. But it's a fairness fallacy to think our dying is gonna move the needle, hermano. It's a recipe for disappointment.
Both of you are trying to tell me that I fought and died for nothing.
No, you didn't. It's valiant to fight for a good cause.
We are doing nothing like that. You see threats everywhere, mon petit chaton. Does your mind never know peace?
And you don't worry enough. You think I'm just an irrational child. You think my ideas are pointless.
Does he now?
Both of you are going right back to the mind reading again.
I've known a few heroes who had mind-reading abilities, and they were assholes. Huge assholes.
Look, we gotta sort out where the truth is here, and something tells me we ain't gonna do it while we're all here in the same room.
What do you think of Little Star's punishment? I'm going to avoid remarking on that one. It's not my place to say.
I'd like to talk to you two by your lonesome, so I know where you both are coming from. Does that sound good?
I don't want to stretch this out forever.
Reza, dear, you forget we are dead. Have patience. Cowboy, I think this is an excellent idea.
Well, why don't we start with you then? You can come visit next week, and then I can talk to Reza the week after. The same time work for you?
Yes, I am not busy.
All right. Now, Reza, you can hold on, right? I hope you two can schedule a nice date one of these evenings.
I'm sure they can figure something out.
Momo wants one.
Of course I want one, petit chouchou. We'll discuss it when we get home to our castle. Merci beaucoup, therapist. À la semaine prochaine.
You are fascinating to observe, my friend. You have a keen sense of when to cut in and when to let someone speak.
It is a fine line that we've been walking for a while.
Heck, they
I'm a
showed me when
master
to cut in pretty
manipulator,
quickly.
after all.
Them two are real good at getting on each other's nerves.
Long-term relationships are difficult for the undead. If you think the 7-year itch is bad, imagine a 700-year itch.
Oh, that does sound deeply unnerving.
Have you been in a relationship that long, Chief?
No, my longest was about 400 years. We were more than ready to kill each other, and indeed, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, that about sounds right. And with that, we come to the end of that Pick My Voice. Thank you so much for requesting Whisper. We've got some interesting choices tonight, which is fun. Oh! Also, I'm in talks with my agent about doing another Not a full audiobook, but I believe it's a book that is being told from different character perspectives over a number of years. So we're in talks about me potentially doing another audiobook, but it's like a section of like 6 or so chapters of a particular book, which should be a lot of fun. So I'm quite looking forward to that. And also I'm going, when is it? Next week? It's not next week. I think it's at the end of the month. Yes, it's at the end of the month. I'm going out to Cambridgeshire for a little visit to do an ELT, which is an educational learning technology thing. It's like one of those I believe it's like a learning English thing where you have to speak. I've done this before, where you speak nice and clearly and you read from a particular script, and it's used for exam purposes and stuff like that for learning English, I believe. So, looking forward to potentially doing some more traveling this month.
In retrospect, he wasn't that bad. I simply could not stand his constant hissing at me.
Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss feels like Whisper. You know what? You're not wrong. You're really not wrong. Yeah, things have been really slow in terms of booking voiceover jobs at the moment, so I'm really, really happy to get good work as a voice actor again.
But I am optimistic that you can prevent these two from suffering a similar fate.
I hope so. Them two are exhausting already.
Why not go for a walk? It is a fine night out. I believe the mortals of the city are engaged in some sort of celebration. Perhaps you can see what has them so excited.
Well, that's a fine idea, Andy. You have a good night.
Do we get to see what they're up to?
Oh, I plan on it. I must appreciate Crimson's fine ass as much as I can before she leaves for the United States.
Get it! Get it, boy!
No details needed. I'll get walking.
Rest in peace, my friend.
God, he's so hot. Sorry, I'm just very easily distracted. He's just really hot, you guys. Oh?
It's a fine evening. Mortals seem to be riled up about something. I can hear a lot of noise out there.
Let's see what our notes say. Session 1, Momo and Reza. Tarnation, that was a tough one. I'm sensing a heck of a lot of issues with these two. Reza feels attacked all the time by both Momo and me. Momo's real dismissive of Reza. Both of them are mind reading like their own lives depend on it. Momo's attracted to Reza's looks and spirit. Reza's attracted to Momo's brain. They're name calling. I think Andy warned me about contempt. Looking forward to getting Momo's side of the story next week. It's real tough knowing when to interrupt when the two of them are arguing.
Oh, hey, Bert. You know what's going on out there?
Hey, Bert!
Oh, really?
What's going on?
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed. Oh, I see. Well, let me get this straight.
Rabbit hunt season beginning?
It's rabbit hunting season, ain't it? Ooh-wee, I used to go hunting with my brother Jeb. I'm still a sharpshooter. Well, you don't see me judging your hobbies.
Music von Johann Sebastian Bach. Is it Bachfest? Okay. Interesting. So it's a celebration all about Sebastian Bach. Interesting. Very cool.
What's this? Bach Festival? People are really into Bach here. I never went in for that classical stuff.
Bach's a wonderful composer. Wonderful pieces of music.
It's too many notes for the likes of me. All right, don't go reaching for your pitchfork. Maybe I'll go downtown and listen.
Educate yourself on some good classical music.
Jeez, I guess I hit a sore spot. I'll head into the city and see if I can't find out what the deal is with this Bach fella.
Do we get to meet more hot goths wandering around?
Oh, well, butter my biscuits. I think that's the man himself. Johann Sebastian Bach. Doesn't look like a fella I'd drink a beer with.
You know what? It's sometimes the sternest looking portraits and sculptures that, like, doesn't fully reflect the man they are depicting. He was probably quite good over, like, good conversationalist over a couple of drinks.
What are you talking about, cowboy? Bach is the coolest.
Oh no, they're all hot.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize I was talking to myself. You gotta admit, though, fella looks like his dog left him a present on the couch.
What are you talking about? Bach is the man.
Gonna do a quick hydrate check.
Real man.
Oh yeah, I would
Okay, they're all a bunch
Just
of
gotta
drunk 20-somethings. Oh
zip
no.
plate all the hits.
Well, that's nightmare-inducing.
Jumping Jehoshaphat, what the hell was that?
Der Bacher.
Der Bahasa.
Der Bacher.
Hasser?
It means the Bahader.
There is no such thing as a Bach hater. Everyone loved Bach.
I mean, Bach's great, but I'm more of a Mozart girly, but that's just me.
I would fuck him.
Good for you!
Yeah, I picked up on that the first time. Is there someone out there who might have a bone to pick with Bach?
Dude, Bach is dead.
As far as we know, fully on board with the idea of him being a vampire.
Oh, Bach is life, bro.
Why would anyone alive have a problem with the greatest musician of all time?
Maybe they ain't alive.
Whoa, that is deep.
So deep.
Maybe this is one of our kind in need of help. I ought to track them down. I'll ask these kids some questions.
When does the scream
When
happen?
does this scream happen?
When Bach's spirit is pleased.
Then Der Bahasa is one of our music god's most famous pieces.
A total loser.
Oh, a rude person.
Hey, labeling is a pretty rude thing to do, you know. Maybe someone had a legitimate beef with Bach. I'm sure he wasn't all good.
Shh, he didn't mean it.
Has anyone seen the Screamer?
Has anyone ever seen the Screamer?
There is a legend that a ghost haunts the streets of Leipzig.
I heard it was a giant rat.
Wearing a hat. It was definitely wearing a hat.
It sounds adorable.
Ooh, where's that hat?
I'm just gonna fade into the darkness here.
Good idea. Why would anyone bother to hate Bach?
Why would anyone hate Bach?
Maybe they don't like Lutherans.
Fair point.
It's because they hate music and our freedom.
They don't like Bach because they hate your freedom?
I think it must be another composer.
Okay, that would be kind of hilarious, not gonna lie. Maybe this is what they're building into, but the idea of like another composer who's now a vampire but never got the level of fame that they aspire to, now fucking hates, like in a kind of Mozart Salieri sort of way, but now fucking hates the more successful composer, even though he's mortal and now he's dead, and they have all these big celebrations and he's just there like, boo! Boo!
Richard Wagner was here.
Thanks for the stretch check. Ah!
Oh, supposer.
I think I've heard of at least one famous composer that was at least partially deaf, but I'm not sure if it was Bach or not. I think it was Beethoven.
The Nazi.
Boo.
The Nazi poser.
Being a Nazi poser is the worst.
I agree.
I think I've got some idea of what might be going on here. Potentially.
Yeah? Are you going to hunt down their Bahasa cowboy?
Maybe.
I was thinking about it. Sounds like a soul in trouble if I ever heard one. Based on what you told me, I think I can piece together the real story. Not everything these kids said makes sense. I better get this right or we'll be here all night.
It's It's a ghost?
It's a ghost.
Who screams at Bach's popular music.
Screams at Bach's popular music.
And resents Bach.
And resents Bach.
So, what you are saying is,
The Screamer is a ghost.
who is irritated by Bach's greatest hits?
This seems the most logical for me.
Because they resent a classical music god.
Ghosts aren't real, cowboy.
Oh, I wish they were. If Bach were a ghost, I would.
Fuck the ghost, we get
We
it.
all know you would.
Hehe.
This does not make logic. I was hoping you would be a cowboy detective.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
Okay, maybe it's just someone in a hat who's screaming at Parke.
Not as cool as Bach.
Hey, Naya, how's it going? Welcome back.
Obviously.
Well, maybe I better guess again.
Okay, someone wearing a hat. Let's
Someone wearing a hat.
screams at Parke's popular
Screams at Bach's popular music
and resents Parke.
and resents Bach.
So,
This
Okay.
screamer is wearing a hat.
who is irritated by Bach's greatest hits?
Because they resent a classical music god.
Does that sound right?
That sounds
There we go.
most logical. You must find their Bahasa.
Yes.
And capture them.
I will
Yeah,
try.
Like the rat they are.
We already agreed it is not a rat.
But a rat in a hat would be cool.
Hold your horses there. I don't have to do a damn thing. I hope I can help this creature, but not because I should. I just want to.
Because I'm a good guy.
Empathy. It's so hot.
It really is.
Yeah, super hot. Like Bach hot.
Is it Ratigan? I wish it was Ratigan. Ratigan's such a cool villain. Such an underappreciated villain.
I ain't ready to go on the hunt just yet. I've got some resting to do. I'm sure this ghost of Leipzig can wait.
And he's voiced by Vincent Price. I love Vincent
He
Price.
usually disappears when the festival ends. I hope you catch him, cowboy.
Yo, wanna get fucked up and listen to the Goldberg variations?
Okay, that actually sounds kind of cool. Like, I've never gotten high and listened to classical music, but I don't know if it would be like either the worst experience or the best experience.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, I'm thinking like, what would be like an interesting combination? Like magic mushrooms and then like da 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 da, and just being like, oh my god, I can smell the cosmos.
Cowboy, Bach on.
You back on too. Tarnation, this city
Live
really
long
goes
and
on
prosper,
like
I
that.
guess.
Let's meet someone out there real sore. Well, I can't help anyone without rest. They can wait a little longer. I'll best get home to my coffin. I'll see you next time, Leipzig.
This is gonna be interesting.
Good evening, Samuel. Have you been enjoying your adventures in Leipzig?
It's kind of trippy. I like Wagner. Interesting, Lord Azul. Good to know.
Yeah, I suppose so. Folks seem to be in good spirits. They really like this Bach fella.
You don't like Bach?
Nah, I guess it ain't my style. Kinda showy, ain't it, with all them notes and all?
Perhaps you needed to be a part of the zeitgeist. It is hard to express what Bachmania was like in the 1730s. The screaming of teenage girls was unbearable. They would faint when they even caught a glimpse of the man. I favor his later works, however, even if they were more experimental. Perhaps you just need to hear it live.
God, that would have been incredible. Okay, that is one thing that I wish you had the ability, like, if time travel was accessible to everyone, I would want so badly to go back to... Under the assumption that I had the appropriate dress for the occasion and everything, I would want so badly to go back in time and listen to original compositions performed by Mozart and, like, see one of his operas in person with him as the composer and conductor. Please. Please and thank you. As someone who loves going to, is warming up to going to more metal concerts when I can afford good tickets, and I've really enjoyed seeing Sleep Token and Ghost, I can only imagine the exhilaration of listening to, like, a stirring classical piece by Mozart, live with the composer. Just, so cool.
Yeah, maybe.
So, you are seeing our revolutionary Frenchman tonight, yes?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him alone. Reza seemed pretty quick to offend. This might be a more peaceful session.
I certainly hope so. From the last session, what cognitive distortion of Momo's do you think gets in the way of his relationship?
Momo's... I think it's always right because he's older.
He's being always right, ain't he? He seems like a smart fellow who's lived through a lot, but he doesn't know everything.
Excellent, Samuel. I knew you would recognize this pattern. What other distortions would you like to have in mind tonight?
Labeling, definitely for one. I think overgeneralization, control fallacy. I think personalization, because he seems to be quite self-centered. I think that's right.
Well, let's go with these.
Very well, my friend. Let us see what Momo has to reveal tonight.
Bonsoir, mon ami américain.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Good
Close.
seeing you again, Momo. How are you tonight?
What a question. How am I? I am dead. I am much the same as I was last night, and I expect I shall be the same tomorrow.
I was just exchanging pleasantries.
You do not have to do this. Death makes us free men, does it not? Let us not be bound by mortal society's expectations.
Still want to be nice. You could be stuck in the monotony of an eternity and not be an asshole, okay?
Well, I like pleasantries.
Oh, come now. You are simply bound by an outdated social contract that dictates how we must greet each other. It is a form of oppression I know well. It is my field of study, after all.
Compadre, only I get to decide how I feel about pleasantries, and I reckon this idea about oppression is your own.
I would go to see Freddie Mercury at his Live Aid concert. You know what? Absolutely fucking same. I would also love, as well as seeing like original performance by Mozart, I would want to see so many iconic moments in time as concerts, like seeing Jimi Hendrix perform live. Please. Please. Jimi Hendrix performing live. And like try and find artists when they're just starting out in their careers, like still playing like the kind of sleazy clubs and stuff like that, and see them like without the big audience and everything like that. Like seeing Jimi Hendrix perform live, seeing Black Sabbath live when they're still like doing small gigs. Please. Please, I wish I had a time machine.
What's wrong with being polite anyway? We're all living on this planet together.
Maybe that way, only with the time machine will I be able to go back in time, back to when Ghost was still playing at smaller venues, and I could be Cersei'd by Papa. God damn it!
And how does it improve our relationship if we waste several minutes talking about the weather, or what sort of television we're watching? We can talk about anything at all, and we choose to say, "Howdy, nice weather we are having." We are intelligent, introspective beings. Let us not talk of things. Let us talk of ideas. Let us speak with purpose.
Okay, sorry. I just have to talk about this for a hot second because this is something that comes up in dating as well. I personally haven't experienced it, but I've seen other people talking about it. And it's... Okay, when you're trying to, like... don't mean to be under the assumptions, but I imagine a lot of people in chat have also experienced this. But when you're dating someone, or like you're on the first date or first couple of dates and you're still trying to get to know someone, and a lot of it feels same old, like what do you do for work? What are your hobbies? Blah, blah, blah. And then sometimes you'll get, usually men, almost always men, who are then like, you know what? I don't do small talk. I want to talk about the big things. I want to talk about important, big questions and talk about big answers. And it always comes across as like a point of like peacocking, like to show off. Oh, I'm too good for small talk. I'm an intellectual. I want to talk about intellectual shit. My advice: call them out, or call their bluff. And be willing to engage and be like, okay, sure, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about political science, psychology? What other aspect of deeper questions do you want to get into? Do you want to discuss philosophy, like Plato's symposiums and stuff like that? Call them out on their bluff. Talk about stuff that you have a passing knowledge in so that you can back yourself up if need be. But actively engage with it. A lot of the times they will fumble and then be like, well, I just think we pay too much taxes. Yeah, and the government sucks. Like, do you know that I go, like, on Reddit I read, like, it's so fucking stupid. Sometimes you will find an interesting person to actually hold a conversation with, and they can, like, you can have a good back and forth, and that's the kind of shit that I love. I really, really like having good intellectual conversations with people, and being able to deconstruct interesting concepts, or even, like, taboo subject matter into, like, looking at in a philosophical way, in a socio-political way, in a cultural way and stuff like that. I like having good, deep conversations with people once we've built that familiarity between us. But if it's like a first fucking date, almost always it's just for posturing purposes. And that is what I'm picking up from Momo. And it's kind of making me grind my teeth a little bit because I'm getting flashbacks. And sometimes they're always usually weird off the grid bros who are into conspiracy theories. Yeah, that's a point. Or they're into conspiracy theories and they want to talk about fucking Pizzagate or like some QAnon shit. And then I just ask for the bill, I pay for my drink and I leave. Absolutely fucking not. So I don't care for small talk myself as I'm on the spectrum, which is completely fine, but I acknowledge the value of it in dating. It's something I'm trying to get better at. And you know what, Lord Azul, that is 100% fair. Like, small talk feels boring a lot of the time, but it's kind of some of those necessary, like, paving the way sort of questions to at least get a familiarity and get to know a person before you can really pick up on what their personality quirks are, what their passions lie in, and other things. It's kind of setting down, like, the base foundation for then other conversations to kind of build off of, if that makes sense. Like, trust me, those small talk questions can also get really boring. I spent 3 days at Develop Expo kind of going through the same kind of questions with a lot of new people I met, which was all lovely. They were all lovely, lovely people, and I'm glad I made so many new connections. But after a while, it feels very much like, oh, what do you do? I do this. Oh, that's interesting. How did you get into this field? Again and again and again and again, which is completely fine, but that's what networking events are for.
If that's what'll work best for you, amigo, sure, let's talk plain. What's going on with you and Reza, really? It seems his feelings are pretty hurt.
Yes, let us discuss how shitty you are to your partner.
Yes, well, it is a relief to meet alone. You're so emotional. It's charming in its own way, but it is also exhausting. I remember what it was like to be him. To believe that I could construct a new world order. He is a sweet-hearted fool, much as I was. One cannot make others listen to reason. They must find it on their own.
Hombre, I think you're right on the money. Folks do have to find their way, but it ain't foolish to have hope.
It also doesn't help that a lot of dating, especially nowadays, feel like that's been distilled into interviews rather than actually dating someone. Honestly, that's completely fair, Weaver. I absolutely get that. Most people don't actually read philosophy. You can go suss out if they are actually familiar with the writings if you ask a couple of leading questions. I absolutely agree. For all my talking about Plato's symposiums and stuff like that, I have not read philosophy since university. Like, I've read Ovid's Metamorphosis in university when I was doing my master's, I believe, but I haven't read or familiarized myself with philosophy and a lot of classical works in a really, really long time. Like, I really want to read Sappho's poetry and, like, actually read some Plato and try and understand it and fully immerse myself in it and just educate myself a bit better in terms of the classics. But absolutely.
Part of the reason Reza gets so upset is because you're labeling him. Maybe you're comfortable with labeling yourself, but you don't get to decide how he feels about it.
Correct.
I am trying to teach him what we already know as older men. There is no reason for him to throw himself at his enemies over and over again.
I get that, but didn't you just say that folks have to find their own way? Is calling them fools the right way to do that?
I hope he develops some thicker skin. But I suppose I can lighten my words a little. I like that he is a freedom fighter, you know. In France, we value freedom more highly than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe we should have called French fries freedom fries, huh?
You did, for a while.
Mon ami, your politicians did exactly this thing.
They did.
I found it quite a compliment. Of course, I cannot eat a potato, but I appreciated the sentiment. I love that Reza wants freedom, but he does not understand yet that his war is unwinnable. I'm simply trying to help him avoid frustration.
Why are you saying his war is unwinnable?
Because he is naive. He is a communist, you know, the sweet boy. He truly believes in the collective because he does not understand that there will never be a collective. I made the same mistake in life myself. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. But fraternité, c'est impossible.
It is possible.
The privileged first and second estates shall never have common cause with the lower classes, and they can never be eliminated either.
Overgeneralization? Control
Always and
fallacy.
never are terms we like to avoid in therapy for good reason. They are almost never true.
The privileged first and second estates shall never have common
Always
cause with
right
the
then, I
lower
think.
Compadre, I
Here we
ain't
go.
sure I understand all this estate stuff you're talking about, but what I do understand is a heck of a lot of extremes. Impossible and never are pretty extreme descriptions. I've seen a hell of a lot of shit while walking in nature I used to think could never happen.
You believe I am using the polar thinking cognitive distortion, yes?
Possibly.
Oh, well, I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Cute. Very well, Nosferatu thinking. We know that Nosferatu thinking does not apply when there is a true binary, though, yes? I will amend my statement. In our current form, humanity cannot merge its clergy, landowners, and commoners. Brotherhood, fraternité, it is pure comedy. The comedy, of course, is that Louis says, Reza, and even I, all believe the same fiction right to the grave. We cannot eliminate the classes. No one created the ancien regime that separated lords and peasants. It was inevitable.
Maybe you'd better explain this funny French stuff to me. Let me ask you some questions.
Oh, is it history time? Okay, what are the estates?
Hold on. You keep mentioning these estates like I have any earthly clue what they are. You gotta slow down there, hombre.
It's simple. The estate was the official hierarchy of French society before the revolution, the time of peasants and kings. The first estate was the clergy, the second estate the aristocracy, the church and the king and lords. Both of these estates paid no taxes and owned much of the country. They were both rulers and owners. The third estate was literally everyone else. The ruled class, the tax-paying class. When the king called the estates together, the third estate had but a single vote to represent the people.
Well, wait a minute. That's bullpucky. That's 2 against 1 by default.
It is, and it's bullshit.
Ah, bravo! The cowboy understands the brutal, inevitable reality of class systems.
Hey, come on. I come from a society where we don't have these estate things.
You're American, Sam. You can't be, respectfully, you can't be that naive.
Oh, mon cher enfant de ténèbres, you have so much to learn still.
There is not like the 3 distinct classes anymore, but there is very much a class system.
There's a lot I don't know. I ain't ashamed of that. In fact, I think I got some more questions for you.
Ancien régime?
You mentioned this ancien regime thing. What's that mean in English?
It means the old regime, the old order, feudalism essentially. Society was run by the king in the capital, the church in Rome, and the local lord. We lived in small communities, blissfully ignorant of the concept of liberty. Our lords provided stability, and the church provided comfort. It worked pretty well for 600 years, until the church and the lords decided we peasants were too smelly to be around.
We peasants? Do you consider yourself a peasant?
Clever boy. No. I am clearly bourgeois. But we must have common cause, cowboy. We, the peasants, and the bourgeoisie are, as they say in your country, the 99%, oui?
I ain't so sure vampires fit into the 99% or the 1% as dead men, but let's not spend too much time on definitions.
Good idea. What is your beef with King Louis?
What's your beef with King Louis?
Let's get this out of the way.
Our last king, sweet Louis XVI. When I was alive, I believed him to be the symbol of everything I hated as part of the tax-paying class. In retrospect, he had too tender an heart to be king. I believe he actually wanted his subjects to be happy. But we would never be happy again, not without his head. That at least he gave us.
What's with you people and chopping off heads?
You people, not very politically correct of you, mon ami.
I didn't mean anything by it. Just seems funny to me.
It's symbolism. You have symbolism in your country, yes? We had 3 estates, and much like the Hydra, it had too many heads. If we did not cut them off, tyranny would never die.
Like, there is one of my favorite mangas is I can't remember the name of the mangaka off the top of my head. There's a manga out there called Innocent, and then it has a sequel series called Innocent Rouge. And don't get me wrong, it's very dark, very gruesome, very sexual. Kind of like, I haven't read Berserk, but from what I've read, like, or familiarized myself with Berserk, it's kind of similar levels in terms of graphicness and heavy detail and stuff like that. But it is a story that is told from the perspective, encompassing roughly the French Revolution, from the perspective of the royal executioners. And it goes from, like, pre-guillotine development and, like, almost like mechanizing public executions in a way with the invention of the guillotine. And it's like goes into detail about the forms of execution that there was before the revolution and everything like that. Fantastic manga. Very explicit, very adult, but fantastic manga. And of course it takes some creative liberties with the depictions of a number of the characters and stuff like that. But still, very good manga if you want something that's very gruesome and is about the French Revolution.
Well, you could have written some poetry instead, maybe. But anyway.
My brain's full enough.
I think I can follow what you're saying now. So you're saying that Rez is naive because he thinks the classes can see each other as equals.
Exactement. This is what he is too young to understand. He believes his revolution can succeed, and he hates when I try to explain to him that it never will. In 1792, we founded the first French Republic, created in liberty for the good of all our people for all time. It lasted 7 years before we had an emperor.
Ho 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 ho.
France is in its 5th republic now. How long will this one last? Not forever. It is, of course, doomed.
Is it though?
I gotta cut in there, Bronco. You're speaking with a heck of a lot of certainty here that the Republic is doomed.
You can't be serious. Are you suggesting that 3,000 years from now, France will still be in its glorious 5th Republic?
We don't know.
Perhaps we will start a Martian colony that will be the center of trade in the solar system. And of course, we will speak space French.
Space French, what the fuck would that sound like?
You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just pointing out that you can't tell the future. And doom ain't necessarily the end of every republic. Couldn't the Republic change to adjust to a new reality, maybe? Or heck, maybe there is an itty-bitty chance the Republic actually will be kicking around on Mars.
Possibly.
Very well, it is a wager. If the 5th French Republic is still here in the year 5024, I will give you my finest bottle of blood.
Oh, Lord Azul, hell yes. Glad to see they're interested in reading it. I highly recommend looking up content warnings before you get in and read it, because, like, all of the content warnings, just a heads up.
But poor Reza, he still believes, in spite of thousands of years of history screaming the truth at him. He is angry at me for pointing out the truth to him. But why should he be angry with me? I did nothing but show him reality.
You could have maybe softened the blow a little bit.
Reza is most irritating. He is angry that I do not share his passion. He seems to believe that I should still be chanting on the streets, bayonet in hand. What are you doing for the cause? You just sit there doing nothing. Of course I had to banish him to the other side of the castle, just for a little peace.
Oh, so it wasn't necessarily, like, about getting your own space. It was about an argument and then, like, banishing them like they were a peasant. Oh, that's not good.
The good dear Reza can achieve is trifling at best. Let him have his silly, pointless little revolution. I already had mine. It is a shame, really. You know, when we first met, he idolized me.
How so?
The revolutionaries of his time looked up to the French. The bourgeoisie of Iran studied Rousseau, Montesquieu, and Voltaire, and were awakened. And dear Reza, he studied me. I was something of an intellectual celebrity to him. You see, I am no Rousseau.
Excuse me.
Through the simplification of language and the power of the printed world, I united the bourgeoisie and the peasantry. There could be no revolution without both.
So, like, catchphrases? Tip a canoe and Tyler too? Or what was Andrew Jackson's catchphrase? Oh yeah, engines go home.
That is the stupidest thing I've heard in at least 80 years. Did Andrew Jackson actually say that?
Probably.
I think it was more something his supporters said. Caught on though.
Just because I wrote to the common people doesn't mean I wrote trash.
Yeah, I'm feeling that Momo is kind of internalized, as well as some ageism, maybe a bit of racism on his part. I don't know. But yeah, just proceed carefully with this. I like the point of the therapy is to like bring all this stuff out to light so you can examine it and then be like, oh shit, that's actually really problematic. I need to fix that.
I wrote truth, and I wrote it well. Everyone was waiting to see what I wrote next in the revolutionary newspaper, Le Père Duchesne. In many ways, I was the people's voice.
Labeling?
I think we are entering Edmund Keane territory here, my friend.
Oh, that's true. Personalization, I think.
Wrote truth.
There we go.
You might have a distortion going on there, Buckaroo. How many people were even reading newspapers back then? Heck, I didn't even learn to read until the 1870s. Didn't seem all that useful to me. It's a little hard to believe folks were waiting on your every word.
Well, I did not say everyone was waiting to hear from me, did I?
You're just implying it.
Amigo, I ain't never seen a big group of folk ever totally agree on anything. You can't really think folks were waiting on your every word.
Mon ami, we sold more than 10,000 copies per newspaper. There was no other publication with such a wide circulation at the time.
I reckon there were more than 10,000 folks in France at the time, though, right? And I reckon you had a few enemies.
Aren't you doing the little trick of disqualifying the positive, though? I have heard you speak of such a distortion.
Maybe.
I think you know I ain't doing that. But I ain't gonna mind read. Do you think I was disqualifying your positive by saying not everyone was waiting to hear from you?
Very well. No. Not everyone was waiting to hear from me. I had a particular target. I cater to the intellectual, but I do not mean it in an exclusive sense. You see, when I called for égalité, equality, I meant it. There are men and women of every class whose minds are ready to be opened. It was to them that I wrote. It was the sleeping intellectual who needed to hear from me. The commoner had been lulled into a centuries-long slumber by the church, but my reason, presented plainly, would be their awakening.
Always right?
Now,
Yeah.
hold on there, fella. I think you're overgeneralizing about commoners like me. It ain't fair to suggest we're all sleeping. We don't choose to be poor and exploited. That's just the luck of the draw. Pardon me for saying so, but you're making it sound like you've got all the answers, and we're simpletons just waiting to hear them.
Fine, I admit it. I am bourgeois. I do not see things as the commoner sees them, much as I would like to believe I am empathetic enough to do so. But it does not matter. At least I recognize that commoners and the bourgeoisie needed common cause. You are truly a most vexatious vampire.
And you're the one paying for therapy with me.
You ain't the first vampire to call me that.
Yes, I know. My friend Edmund Keane was the one who told me about you.
Of
I'm not sure
course.
what you did to that man, but you certainly had an effect.
Of course you learned about us through Edmund. That makes a lot of sense.
Just showed him a little reality, that's
Sorry.
all. Sounds like we're both in the same business, huh?
We're in the same business. I recognize the futility, relative futility of that work now. Still, I came to you because I also value reality. That was one of the other things about me that used to earn Rez's affection.
How do you mean?
I am a man of reason. I believe in no gods. There is only one God, and that is the God that resides within us, the capacity to reason. God is the little gray cells within our skulls. And I revere the human mind. In my time, I was part of a cult. The cult of reason.
Ah, the cult of reason. Okay.
Alas, reason seems to be dead these days. The only place where I can find like-minded people is on Reddit.
No! Oh no, he's on Reddit. Oh no.
Said it?
No, don't go down that rabbit hole. No.
It's a forum website. There is one in particular dedicated to atheism that has similarly enlightened people. They remind me so much of my compatriots in our great revolution. We knew the value of the first estate, the clergy. No value at all. Why worship God? We should worship ourselves.
Always right.
Hold on a sec there. Maybe reason was a fine enough God for you. But some of us are looking for something greater than ourselves. That ain't a bad thing. Having a faith doesn't mean we're radicals. Sometimes it just means we're looking for some order and purpose in a crazy world.
Don't tell me you're an Abrahamist.
I ain't never said I was. My faith is my business, personal to me alone. But we ain't ever gonna find common cause if you're judging me.
Damn, Steph, you called it to the T. I know I'm a bloodhound for bullshit. I could smell it on him.
I will not deny that you seem somewhat rational. Perhaps not in your dress, but your thought.
I have the most prestigious of upvotes on Reddit.
But still, why should it be dangerous to find faith in myself? It was for this truth that I had my head cut off by my own compatriots. They thought this faith too radical. Reza watched radical Islamists take over his revolutionary movement. They killed him for being a homosexual or for being a communist. It does not matter which.
I think it matters some.
Not really. They feared Reza simply for being himself. It is no surprise that he was fascinated by the cult of reason and the church of the self. He believes, as I did, that religion must be crushed in order for the people to gain their liberty.
But you've softened your opinion a little, it sounds like.
No, not at all. But religion, much like class, is resistant to extermination. All religion is extremism. That is what gives it its resiliency. There is nothing we can do about that.
That's
Maybe?
good enough, partner. Power corrupts, ain't no secret about that. But whether it's the feds or the church or a company, there's always going to be corrupt elements. But if we sit back and say, that's the way things are going to be, well, we're surely going to be proven right. That kind of Nosferatu thinking is a good way of giving up control. And that's a way to make sure the bad guys are the ones running the show.
Yes, of course. I do not disqualify the positive of what I did. We did temper extreme elements in both the first and second estates. Religion, like the state, simply needed a correction.
Ow.
The French Revolution was a correction, but power will always need correction, and it is the oppressed who must do the correcting. There is no equality in that.
Always right?
Momo speaks a sad truth, and truth is reluctant to accept correction.
The French Revolution was a correction, but power will always need correction, and it is the oppressed who must do the correcting. There is no equality in that.
Control fallacy?
I get
There we
it,
go.
Hermano. You're right. It ain't fair that the powerful don't have to fight for their places in the world. But focusing on that unfairness may be the thing that makes us resentful and give up when things ain't fair.
You are very clever. You should wear nicer clothes. People will respect your words more.
I think Sam would look good in a suit. I think if you wanted to be like full-time therapist, then maybe like keep the hat, but a suit and a nice bolo tie or something.
Nah, I like my style. Besides, I think my folksy ways are working for me.
Pity. Yes, you are correct. I have perhaps become too resentful for one as young as I am. I admit it. There is an element to what Reza says about me that is true. I am a sellout in a way. But the truth is that I am exhausted. When I was alive, oh, how I burned for liberty, just as Reza burns. And he is so fucking hot when he burns. He really does remind me of myself. But reason must come before passion, lest we become the monsters we seek to depose.
Andy needs to take Sam to his tailor. He really does. Could you imagine, like, as a parting gift, he bequeaths, like, he pays a tailor to make a custom suit for Sam? That would be wonderful.
And my reason says to me, Momo, let your exhaustion be a lesson. Power will also burn itself. There is no need to fight.
Always right?
If what Momo says were true, no one would do anything at all simply because of the exhaustion of being human.
And my reason says to me, Momo, let your exhaustion be a lesson. Power will also burn itself. There is no need to fight.
Personalization?
If what Momo says were true, no one would do.
And my reason says to me,
Overgeneralization.
Momo,
Damn
What
it!
Momo says.
and my reason says to me, Momo, let your exhaustion.
You might
There we
be
go,
leaving a
control
little too much
fallacy.
to fate here, Hermano. If everyone thought like you did, no tyrant would ever lose power. Individual folks can make a difference, just not all the difference. After all, if no one resisted, how would anyone even know there was a resistance?
You are not wrong. A tyrannical leader must at least have some fear, and that we can provide as citizens. Perhaps I have been forcing my personal truth upon Reza, but I only aim to protect him.
Doing a great job with that.
The poor boy burns himself in the flames of his passion. I did the same. I know what is best for him because I did the same thing myself. If only he would understand this.
You're not always right, though.
Padre, I got no doubt that you've had your own hard realizations about what you need to find peace. And I got no doubt them realizations are right for you. But you're a man of reason, so I'll lay it to you straight. Maybe what's right for you ain't right for Reza. Maybe it ain't right for him now. Maybe it won't ever be right for him. He's a lot younger than you and me. He ain't found his peace yet. It took me 90 years of walking in the woods to find mine. Maybe he won't need to do that, but he's gonna find his peace in his own way, in his own time.
Damn it. Yes, well reasoned. And again, most vexatious.
Hehehe.
I've got that tendency.
It's just so damned odd. Ironic, isn't it? The thing that I find most frustrating about him is what makes me want to ravish him.
No, that's just a fun relationship dynamic. It's not necessarily like an enemies to lovers, but it's when you find the person so vexating that you're just like, I find you so agitating. You're such a fucking asshole. I want to kiss your face.
Well, what do you think we should do then? My wisdom was what brought him to my castle doors. If my wisdom is pointless,
I ain't here to tell you what to do. If I've helped you reflect on some stuff, that's my job done, and I can't do more than that.
cleverly played again, cowboy. Very well. I suppose all I can do for now is wait and see if his blood cools a little after you talk to him. But don't calm him too much. I like them spicy.
I'll talk to him the same way I've been talking to you, friend. I think that's our time. Next time I'll see you two together, all right?
Of course, I shall be patient. We have all the time in the world, after all. Well, I thank you for the frank and well-reasoned discussion.
You're welcome.
A bientôt. Or since we are dead men in Germany, a bientôt? Huh? Oh, merde. Tot means dead in German. Please try to learn a language. Au revoir, cowboy.
He's trying his best.
I do so enjoy watching you work, my friend. Even the most intellectual sorts are no match for your honesty.
Well, I ain't gonna play them at their own game, that's for sure. Maybe I'll go back to school and pick up a few PhDs eventually, but I ain't in no rush.
If you need a recommendation for any school, simply ask. I have connections at many of them.
Of course you do.
I assume I can trust you to not try dating the college mortals. They are scarcely out of high school.
I'm sure we're safe on that
Hey,
part.
nah, wait, Chief. All the young mortals can talk about is their favorite music, and their favorite music sucks more than we do.
You are not wrong about that, my dear. I fear the algorithm has taken to songwriting as well these days.
Sadly.
Are you spending a night on the town tonight? The Bach Festival is in full swing.
Ooh, gonna get close to
that's my
finding out
plan.
what's happening.
I'm still looking for whoever's got this beef with Bach. Seems like they're in a pretty bad way.
They aren't your responsibility, Samuel, you know.
Yeah, I know, but you know me, I love me some complicated folk.
That you do. Very well, Samuel. I wish you happy hunting. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Andy.
Sorry, I don't know what was wrong with me. Got a headache all of a sudden. Blech.
He knows everything. Well, at least I can listen to some nice music. That Bach Festival's probably rollicking like a Saturday night saloon.
Maybe.
Hey there, Johan. Doesn't look like you're in a good mood tonight. Mad about that Bach Hasser, huh? You must have pissed them off something fierce to keep them mad for 400 years.
Thank you for the hydrate check. Don't know where this, like, lightheadedness has come from.
Are you talking to yourself?
Hi, Sebastiana.
Old habit. Spent a lot of time alone.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
fine.
thanks for the stretch
Was just
check,
having a
too.
chat with the big man.
Ah. Yeah, I think honestly it's the heat. It's really, really stuffy in my apartment.
I
Bleh.
do not think you would understand English. Would you like me to translate for you?
Oh, that's all right. Just idle musings. It's right friendly of you, though.
If an American in a cowboy hat is taking an interest in Bach, I must encourage him. I'm Sebastiana.
Well, howdy, Sebastiana. I'm Sam. You a big Bach fan?
You could say that. I'm a musicology student at the University of Leipzig.
Very cool.
I'm writing my thesis on how Johann Sebastian Bach was the original punk rock musician. Punk is all about being a rebel, defying authority and kicking ass. That was certainly Bach.
Bach was a rebel?
How's a guy who did a bunch of church music a rebel?
I'm so happy you asked. I love talking about this stuff.
Please go ahead.
In 1717, at age of 22, Bach was already the Concertmeister of Duke Johann Ernst III of Weimar. He should have been Kapellmeister.
Excuse me.
But the Duke gave the position to his friend Johann Drese's son. Bach was furious that he, as a superior composer, had been overlooked, and accepted a job from the Duke's rival, Prince Leopold. When Duke Ernst found out, he threatened to throw Bach in jail, and Bach said, "Fuck you, motherfucker, do it." Bach stayed in prison for a month before he was released. Now, we all know about him. But what do we know about Duke Johann Ernst?
We messed with the wrong guy.
That's right, he messed with the wrong guy.
Bach was punk?
Didn't he do a bunch of organ music? You know,
The Sex Pistols just played guitar music. Joan Jett just rocked the house every night.
I don't know who them folks are, and I reckon I don't want to know what kind of bullets a Sex Pistol shoots.
Have you been sleeping for 50 years or something?
Maybe, just a little bit.
Something like that.
Ah. Might sound weird, but a good feed also helps with that. So healthy snacks won't go astray. I did eat dinner beforehand, and I try not to snack in the evening unless I'm having like a little bit of dessert, but I'll see how I feel.
Bach said,
I might do
"Fuck
an
you" to
earlier night
contemporary
tonight.
Church music. There's nothing more punk rock than that.
Bach kicked ass? How's that?
Bach wrote virtuoso music. Music that is meant to be performed by the best of the best musicians. And he demanded perfect performances.
Too bad there ain't no kind of way to tune recordings, huh?
There is, Alter. It is called autotune.
Well, that sounds mighty fine. Maybe that auto-tune might make me a better singer.
You should not say these things in his presence.
No, no, no.
Sounds like Bach was a pretty tough customer.
He just took no bullshit. That's what punk rock is all about.
Absolutely.
His children were very lucky to have him as a teacher. But I have been talking so much about Meister Bach. I get excited if anyone will listen.
Well, listening's kind of my job.
I'm just happy to talk about my thesis. Not everyone loves Bach somehow.
Actually, that's why I'm here. I'm looking for this Bachhasser person.
The Bach hater? Ugh, I know about them. Look at the posters behind you. They struck again last night.
Have they been vandalized?
Johann Sebastian bitch. That's pretty funny.
No, it is not funny at all.
No.
Well, I hear Germans have a different sense of humor.
It's not funny. It's stupid.
All right, well, what's the other stuff say?
Bach is saying I have a shit son. And the big words say, bad father.
Oh my god, is it his son that's a vampire now and is running around like vandalizing stuff?
You said his kids were lucky to have him as a teacher though, didn't you?
Oh, that's weird. Why is that frozen? Hang on. 1 second. I'm not sure why that's a thing. Let me just try and jump between... No, that's... Huh. That's really weird. I don't know why it's frozen like that. 1 second. Is it still frozen? And it's on a really awkward frame as well. God damn it. I do not know how to fix that. I'll be completely honest. Excuse me 1 second, my lovelies. I think something has gone out. Thankfully, it's off. Oh, my webcam is hot. It is really, really hot. 1 second. Ah! I don't know what's wrong. Okay. So my webcam is really, really hot and I don't know why. So I'm going to unplug it and I think I might call it an early night tonight and just cool down my webcam. I don't know why it's doing this though. It's like hot to the touch. So I think it might have overheated from just how hot I am. Ha ha ha. So I'm going to unplug my webcam, cool it down overnight and test it out tomorrow. So I'm so sorry about this, guys. We'll finish this little scene and then I think we'll wrap things up for the night. So I think, yeah, just it might have overheated or something. Hang on. Can I unplug this? There we go. Okay. It's unplugged. Hopefully it'll start cooling down. I am so sorry about this, my lovelies. Hang on. I am going to try and get this back into position. There we go. Okay. So yeah, hopefully it's nothing too serious. It might have just overheated for some odd reason, but it'll probably take some testing in the morning to kind of get things up and going again. I know the webcam couldn't handle me. So this is now a camless stream. I'm so sorry about this, my lovelies. But thank you so much for bearing with me while I tried to figure this out. I don't know why it's doing this. It's so weird. Anyway, because it's never happened before, but these things happen. But it's all good. So, let us continue. Sorry about this, my lovelies.
Of course they were.
My enchanting voice will have to be enough.
Well-tempered clavier, not only as brilliant music, but to teach his children. See? I have this piece of sheet music I've been studying with me. It is Johann Sebastian Bach having a musical competition with his son, Wilhelm.
That's very cool.
Oh yeah? Who won?
Are you serious? Johann destroyed his son.
Dang, he was a tough fella. Maybe he did some damage to his kids.
That's ridiculous. He was a wonderful father.
Maybe not.
He got Wilhelm a highly competitive job at Sophienkirche in Dresden, when he did not even apply for it. I would not call that ein schlechter Vater.
Well, he sounds kind of overbearing. Maybe one of his kids could be this Bachhasser.
Quite possibly.
Even if that were the case, they would all be dead now.
I have a sneaking suspicion it's maybe one of his kids.
Well, that doesn't stop some folk.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. I'm just making a joke.
And you say Germans have a bad sense of humor.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am. I'm just trying to track down this Bachhasser person.
I'm sorry. I live for Bach. I get a little defensive of a dead man.
That's fair.
Well, sometimes dead men deserve a little compassion too.
Well, I apologize. It was not very punk rock of me. I must go listen to a performance, but I hope you have an excellent Bachfest.
Thanks, Sebastiana. Fine meeting you. I bet my last dollar that this Bachhasser is one of them Bach kids.
It's quite possible, I will say.
Now I just gotta find him. But some other night, maybe. I think my coffin's calling me. Been a long night already. Well, Bach, sir, I hope you're feeling a little less grumpy next time. Adios, muchacho.
Hi, Captain Fox. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so sorry about this. My webcam overheated. So we're actually having an early night tonight. I'm so sorry.
Beautiful night, is it not? What need have we for the sun when the moon is so lovely?
Poetic as always, Andromakos. So, because of the errors, I'm going to save this row is our current new save point for the DLC. Because of the technical errors, I am going to be wrapping things up early tonight. Hopefully I can get it fixed tomorrow, and it's just, I don't know, a weird glitch that made it overheat or something like that. But I'm so sorry to call this an early night, but just to be on the safe side of things, I'm going to cool down as well because it's really, really hot in my apartment. Maybe that's why. But for now, thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope you all had a lot of fun exploring the first little bit of couples therapy with Vampire Therapist. This game is just so much fun, and it's really interesting to learn about history through these wonderful, vibrant characters. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies, and... hang on. There we go. If you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, then please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You're welcome anytime. Be sure to join me on Friday for the last little bit of Cage of Roses. Again, I'm really sorry that my streams have been so short lately. I've just been really quite burnt out, and also it's just really hot in my apartment and I get very overheated very easily. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening and the rest of the week, and I will see you on Friday for more Cage of Roses. But let's see who's currently live. Oh, Joe Cat is doing a Just Chatting stream, so let's go say hi to Joe Cat. I think we rated Joe Cat last time. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you on Friday for Cage of Roses. I am hard at work on my next ASMR tale, which is going to be amazing. So hopefully you're all keeping an eye out on my socials for that. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. And remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, my lovelies.